Evening all, it's Friday. Yes, I have been bathing in Swarthega. I am black as the ace of spades and only got in about 30 minutes ago. So yes, fluffy head. I've got helmet hair today, so I've been out test riding. There is a video going to be coming up tonight or maybe tomorrow. Watch out for the R1 video. I didn't realise them things were horrendously fast and managed to spin up the R1 in second gear, span up the back tyre. It's like, oh, okay, that was a bum gripping evening. But welcome along to everybody. So we have a Grey Wolf. Andy's here. Next door neighbour is calling me. Bear with me. Hello, Zoe. Be with you in about 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah, I'm just started the live stream.
Okay, all right. I'll be out, like, what is it, to 8, I'm looking at.
I'll see you about 8:30.
Okay.
All right, bye. As you can tell, that was my neighbour. Obviously, wanted to pop out for a glass of wine and a cigarette. Right. Anyway, so where was I? So yeah, we've done that today. Hi to everybody. So Darren is here. Code Grey's here. Grey Wolf. Howie's here as well. Nitro Rory. Everybody's here. Code Grey's got a great video out. Go and watch Code Grey's. I watched that this morning very, very quickly. Slow Bones is here, and he was up Super Sausage, I believe, on Sunday. So we run into him. We also run into Solo Moto UK. So good to see those guys up at the Super Sausage. And the usual crew, that's Andy and everybody, were down at the MCN down in London. From what I've heard, it wasn't much of an event. There were some nice bikes there, but some of the big stands weren't there this year. And it's thanks... obviously to everybody that did come down and message me and said, oh, look, check this out. As usual, Andy was down there checking out the BMWs. Obviously mentioned Code Grey's video. I am going to mention Mr. Darren Spears. Now, Darren runs HBB Motorcycles, and he's based down just the other side of Dunstable, which is just across from Milton Keynes. Now, Darren has had his BMW on Wolf Tales. If you haven't seen Wolf Tales UK, go on YouTube, Wolf Tales UK, type them in. You will see myself and Simon GTR 1400 did an episode, and they've just finished and put it up, and it's the episode of 3 BMWs. So you've got a R1150, you've got the GS 1200, and you've got Darren's GSA 1250 or the 1250 GSA Adventure Triple Black, same as what Andy rides. That thing is built like a Sherman tank, and Darren's got every accessory you can think on the front of that bike. And my God, what a bike it is. But if you want to know a guy that knows motorcycles, check out Darren Spears and HBB Motorcycles. He's a very, very good mechanic. So if you want to go and get your bike serviced, you live in Milton Keynes, you've got a big bike, go and check out Darren Spears. If you've got 125, come to us. I have been very, very busy in the garage this week. Absolutely crazy at the moment. I've got bikes going out left, right and centre. Loads of new 125s going out. And obviously we have just prepped the R1. Now it is a 2002 full power first gen R1, and this thing is absolutely nuts. It's only done 22,000 miles, but I was going to ride it Tuesday. It was raining. Wednesday, it was chucking it down. I managed to get out on it this morning, and just as I got out, the drizzle started to come down. But that thing is horrendously, nastily fast. And obviously, the guy that's bought it has asked, he said, how many owners has it had? It has had 16. The last owner had it for 2 weeks. Before his wife told him to get rid of it because it would kill him. Yes, it was a bit of a handful for me to ride today. Very, very uncomfortable bike. But Jesus Christ, you put the power on that. I didn't expect to grab a big handful in second gear. I thought, oh, I'll pick the front end up. It didn't. It spun the back tyre up at 60 mile an hour in second gear. And I'm like, wait, okay, bum gripping moment. But my God, what a ride that was. We are going to talk about bike events this year. And there are some really good bike events going on. So you've got the Adventure Bike Riders Festival, the ABR Festival. We also have Wild Bad 23. So if you fancy a little bit of camping in a in the marquee and the beer tent, that's Friday to Sunday. And you get to do the ride 8 o'clock Friday morning with Richie Vida. Now, I believe that Lockwood, Ayrshire Vlogster and possibly Zhead are going down for this. I know a load of guys that are going. And we're obviously riding up from Milton Keynes. I'm going to be going up with one of our riders, Phil. He's going to be taking up his H2. I'm going to be going up on the GTR. So we're going to be catching up with that. And then obviously you've got the NC 500 kicking off. Loads of people do the NC 500. Andy is off on tour. But there is loads going on this year. I'm going to put the link up. So if anybody does want to come and jump in on the StreamYard link is up in the side chat, guys. Yeah, only couple of quick ones here. He said all those old bike shows getting smaller while the ABR just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It is, yeah. R1, very nice. It is an amazing ride. Same factory as I could do with some of that. I've got fluffy head tonight. I tend to use just brake cleaner in my hair when if I get a load of crap in my hair, I just chuck brake cleaner in there. But it's not good for your scalp and it doesn't do you any good. Where's Simon tonight? I haven't seen Simon for a couple of weeks now. I do know that Simon is awaiting his new forks to come for the GTR because the bike is currently over at Darren Spears' place. So Darren does a very, very good job with the GTRs. And once Simon's finished, mine is going over there as well. My fork seals have blown as well. I think me and Simon got the same pothole on the same stretch of road. But mine are absolutely trashed at the moment. So Darren will be getting a crack at having a go at my bike. We're just going to refresh my feed. I've got a couple of quick things that I am going to catch up on. The Lightning. So thank God Simon isn't here. But Lightning Motorcycles have just launched the new 200 and up. Andy's just said Simon's bike all done. He's back on the road. Excellent. So he might be up Super Sausage on Sunday. Lightning have launched their new electric bike. Harley have put plans in that they are going to release a second live wire, but a smaller motor and smaller bike altogether. BSA have obviously pushed out the Gold Star. The BSA Gold Star, very, very nice bike, but I still prefer the original. And in production, Yamaha are doing the new version of the 700 Tenere. So they're going to be doing like a Dakar version in the blues and yellows. So that all looks quite good. And if you haven't heard, if you happen to live local to Milton Keynes, we had a guy come in a couple of weeks ago, and obviously we do the Lex Motos and the WKs. And he said to us, he said, you're going to have some competition next week. There's another Lex Moto dealer moving into Milton Keynes. So we obviously searched, found out that one Lex Moto dealer has gone to the wall. They're not going to be stocking Lex Motos, and I'm not going to mention who they are. But the other Lex Moto dealer has moved a little bit nearer to Milton Keynes. It's not going to affect us. But obviously chatting on the dealer hub, and one of the guys said, no, it's not Lex Moto. It's the Superbike Factory or Superbike Loan Sports Bike Factory. They are moving to Milton Keynes, and it is their grand opening this Saturday. Now, obviously, if you happen to know all the big bikes that are out, Superbike Factory, massive seller. They stock normally around about 450 bikes. Now, the only reason they have opened in Milton Keynes, and we spoke to a couple of the guys that obviously we talked to on the dealer network, and they said the only reason they've opened in Milton Keynes, they've got one that is up north, they've got one out on the east, they've got one on the west coast, which I believe is Bristol, and they wanted something in central England. They found Milton Keynes, so they are going to be pushing their bikes to Milton Keynes. Does it affect us? No, because they sell bikes of sort of 5-6 grand upwards. We're more into the smaller bikes. But I said to Phil, obviously in the garage, the best bit about it is if you're going to buy a bike and you live in Milton Keynes, where are you coming for servicing, us or HBB? So it's all good news. But if you happen to be going to the Superbike Factory, I shall be there on Saturday with Phil around about 12:30 because we're going to go up and have a free cup of coffee and chat with a few people, and obviously stick some cards out as well, and advertise a few of my people as well. So we're going to be advertising obviously Valentino Glossy that does all the valeting. We're going to push out a couple of garages, mention Darren a few times, and do things like that. But yeah, Superbike Factory Saturday, we shall be there at 12:30. Howie's just said, yeah, they've opened loads of new showrooms. Yet Bristol business is very, very good. But as people say, they literally what they do, they buy their bikes off the back of basically like we buy any car or we buy bikes. So they buy bikes in. It's a quick look round, change. They don't even bother changing the oil half the time. They literally clean it up, put it out in the showroom. There's the bike, and they bang £1,000 on it. And obviously making their markup that way. They're turning bikes around very, very quickly. But if you're looking to get a bike on finance, obviously their finance starts at 14.9%. So you might as well say 15% interest. So you're buying a £5,000 bike, you're looking at £1.5 grand interest on top of that over the finance. And, you know, that's it. We tend to use a couple of finance companies, and their rates are normally 8.9 up to 10.9%. But it's horses for courses. Is it going to affect us? Absolutely not. Yeah, she just fall over. Is it we steal any bike who supply them? Yeah, I'm getting to think that myself, actually. There is a lot of bike thefts that are going on, and it's not just Milton Keynes, it's all the big cities. And it's normally these little oiks that aim for the 125s. Now, they're actually aiming more up the scale now at the 600s and 1000s, because they can strip them for parts, bash them on eBay, and make their money off of it. Local bike rider very, very recently, and he woke up to find his garage door open and his 4 bikes missing, and he'd got them chained. And when he actually went on his security cameras, it took them an hour and a half, and no one saw a thing. He's got them all on camera, but obviously can't identify them. And it's been all over the local bikers page in Milton Keynes, people out looking for the bikes. But, you know, you've just got to protect your equipment as much as you can. Or secondly, put a damn tracker on your bike, because no one's going to think of looking for a tracker. So that is another thing to obviously think about: security, protection. My bike tends to stay at the garage all the time, but if I do bring it up home, I've got a nice big chain padlocked to the wall, massive great anchor bolts that are welded over, and I've got a big heavy duty Oxford Mammoth security chain on that bike, and I always tend to go in the back wheel, not the front wheel. Very, very easy. Break the steering, hook the chain apart. If you're around the back wheel and you go around the swing arm, they are not getting away with your bike. It's going to take them a lot longer to get the rear end off the bike than it is to just pop the front wheel off and walk the thing down the road. But you're not going to be wanting to walk a GTR down the road minus its front wheel. So 125, yes, you can do it. Here we go. Andy, Bike Track, 99% of bikes recovered. So for the extra, I'm going to say £300 a year, probably installation of about 200. You know, you're going to spend 500 quid on your bike. You've got a 18, 20 grand bike. For 500 quid, stick a bike tracker on your bike. Very, very good. They'll come out, fit it all on for you. And as Andy said, 99% of the bikes are recovered, and they're very, very good. So that is another thing that obviously to look at. I'm going to post up the StreamYard link. So if anybody does want to come and join me, I'm sitting here all on my lonesome. So if anybody wants to come and join me on screen, you're very welcome to do so. Come and jump in, Andy, or Howie. Anybody that wants to come and jump in, come and chat bikes with me. I'm not going to stay on very long tonight because I have another long day tomorrow. But it is the Super Sausage Ride Out this coming Sunday from Eclipse Motorcycles. Now, due to the noise complaints that we have had from residents, because obviously we rock up with about 18 bikes, we are going to change venue slightly. So we will be meeting in the Tesco car park. So if you're out Sunday, we will meet you down at Tesco car park in Bletchley as well. Everyone's getting COVID at the moment. Andy's just replied on that one. So £400 fitted, £229 for 3 years. So worth absolutely every penny. Howie's got a SysApp tracker, perfect, £260 lifetime membership. Gus is still on. Oh, poor old Gus. 10 days of testing COVID positive. Andy's up early. Nitro, I know Nitro's got, poor old Rory's got it as well. So, yeah, everybody's got it. And even at the German Jobbies. Now, German Jobbies has just put out, he's got 2 that I've got to watch, his last 2. So if you haven't subscribed to German Jobbies, jump on his channel. You'll find him on YouTube and go and watch some of his stuff as well. How a guy can ride in the snow. It's like, you watch him riding, you're thinking, Jesus Christ, that is something I would not do. But yeah, definitely not for me. Howie's feeling a little bit down as well. That's okay, guys. I totally understand it, but obviously it's going to be a short live stream tonight until we get the full complement of crew back. I know Lockwood is doing his own thing, and obviously Ayrshire Vlogster's doing his own thing. Andy's away, Simon's not on, and obviously the other boys are slightly worse for wear. But talking of muckers, here he is. He did obviously message Peaky earlier because he was having issues with music on obviously copying from StreamYard to Filmora, and that's another thing. If you're subscribing to Filmora and you've bought the add-ons kit, which is I think £27 a month or £27 every 3 months or whatever, when you buy it, you buy the music under copyright. So if you actually look at what the conditions are for using the music of Filmora on YouTube, it actually states as long as it is not for commercial enterprise and it's just your own vlogs and you've got a bit of music out on the while you're doing outros or whatever, you can use it on YouTube. But 9 times out of 10, when you upload it to YouTube, you will get a copyright strike. Now, the way to get around it, and I found this out on 2 of my videos, is to reply to the copyright strike saying, I am a Filmora user using their licensed music. This is my Filmora license. I suggest you reinstate or get rid of the copyright and reinstate my video. It takes them about 10 days to do it, but they will reinstate your video. But it is a bit of a pain in the arse. And obviously, Peaky's had it a few times. I've had it a few times. Peaky's out on the piss, as usual. If he gets back early, he'll pop in. Grey Wolf, don't speed then, Simples. BMW Gus, he just said, it's been a lifesaver watching German Jobbies ride out. Yeah, he has some really, really good videos. And some of his tours that he does as well is like one where he's like, oh, God, oh, it's snow. No, definitely wouldn't be doing that. Another one, local biker, and I'm not going to say who it was. I don't know if he's been clocked this week, but he did mention on a biker's page, and the post came down very, very good. It literally was up for 5 minutes. I had an alert. It was like, local biker manages the top 186 on the A5 through Milton Keynes. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm not going to mention who the biker was or what it was, but yeah, they reckon he clocked 186 down the straight between Granby and Milton Keynes. So as long as it wasn't Boo Rider, I don't mind. But yeah, as Code Gray says, we bikers never speed. Yeah, this guy reckons he put up the post. He said, I've just clocked 186 down the A5 in Milton Keynes. I certainly wouldn't be admitting to that. As I said on my last video that I did when we did the run to the Super Sausage, I did a couple of walk runs, but off camera, I did play with the Fireblade and the Fireblade lost. He bottled it at a certain speed, but the GTR just keeps going and going and going and going. It'll outrun a Fireblade every day. And I said, you know, if Andy was there with his tractor, I'm sure the tractor would have played with him as well. But that was done off the camera. But yeah, I did catch him up and go past him. So Exeter's here. So evening, Exeter. Was that 186 on a Lex Moto? No, it was actually on. I can't remember what the bike was, but it was a sports bike. I can't remember if it was a Booster or one of the big ones. But he was going for it as well. Grey Wolf just said, "Where's the fun?" They said, "I wouldn't get out of first gear." Dennis G, was that you chasing the blade? Yes, that was me chasing the blade. Yeah, it's on my. Go and check out my latest video of Super Sausage. It wasn't Rhythmic. No, Rhythmic has been very, very good on his ZZR. He's getting used to it. He's taking it slow, as you do. So he did really, really good. 186 is the limit. I don't know, but no. But he did push it a little bit, yeah. So the post came down very, very quickly. I'm going to say a quick hi to Kazumoto as well. So Kazumoto's in on the stream as well. Good evening. Good to see you, buddy. And obviously it's probably morning there. Exeter's just said, obviously, hi to Howie. Loads of people saying hi. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. Yeah, so evening all. Welcome along. And then obviously this Sunday, as I said, Super Sausage Run. in the next couple of weeks, I believe we are going to line something up. We're going to be doing a little bit of a further ride out. And believe it or not, the GTR is going to venture up north. I'm going to have a Sunday morning out, and I'm going to have a venture up and probably go up to Peaky's area, have a little ride out for a couple of hours, go and say hello to him, and obviously catch up with the boys up north. Right, who else we got in? ZX9R's just joined us. Good evening, buddy. Ard Cox is here as well. Love the logo. MT Belly is here as well. Good evening, Matt. Good to see you, mate. ZX9, yes, ZX9 is new here. And obviously, Peaky, yeah, I will message you. I'll probably be in the next couple of Sundays, but I'll have a trip up to you. I'll probably come and have a cheaper breakfast rather than 15 quid at the Super Sausage, mate. And it's starting to get a bit silly down there at the moment. Quick swig of this. And I'm in moderation tonight, just the one glass, and I am sipping. MT just said, Matt, have you seen the new Lexmoto RSS? Yes, I have. I saw it about a week ago before it was announced. It's a Marmite bike. Yes, I like the front end. The back end literally looks like they've just cut the seat off. It is water cooled. It is a little bit more horsepower. They reckon it will do 70 mile an hour for a 125. They have upped the game a bit, but when we get one in, Phil's in two minds whether to get one in. I am more interested in the moment at the new Lexmoto LXR SE because they've got a carbon edition. It's fake carbon fiber all the way over, but it does look very, very good. And that's in one of my short videos when we were at the MCM bike show. I think that was last year, and they announced it. The one thing that obviously I am looking at is the little 300 sort of scooter bike that was literally panniers, top box and everything on it. And it was about $3,000 as well. So I thought a 125 with panniers and a top box for $3,000. Scooter style isn't bad. It's a nice little Uber bike. And they do a 300 version of it as well. Gemma Jobbies. What is it? Full English, Scottish or French? But believe it or not, it's a full English. So you get a couple of sausages, a couple of eggs, bacon, hash brown, beans, fried slice. But then you have to pay for your have to pay for your black pudding. You have to pay for your bread and butter, and you have to pay for your tea. So, little bit of a weird one. That they have stuck all the prices up, but it's obviously not as expensive or more. Gasoline juice is actually more expensive, but they charge £5 for a sausage roll, and it's not Greg's up there. So yeah. BMW Gus, Peaky Bikers live chat, the midweek mumble, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, German Jobbies, black pudding. Yes, black pudding. They do black pudding there as well. Yeah, so dried pig's blood in a roll when they fry it up. So it's an acquired taste if you like black pudding. Some people do, some people don't. I think black pudding's lovely. It's a bit like mushy peas, as they say. Another one just to go into. Where is it? Michelin have announced that they are doing, believe it or not, green tires. So let me just crack through the YouTube a minute because there's a load of people putting naughty words in my YouTube. There we go. I shall allow those. Robbing bastard, says Peaky. That's up for you, Peaks. Yeah. So Michelin have announced that they are going to be doing green eco-friendly tires. How the hell can you have eco-friendly rubber? It's one of those. Personally, I will stick with my Pirelli GTs, my Angel STs and my Angel GTs. Would I get a Michelin? I used to have Michelins on the ZX, but I did tend to burn them out very, very quickly. My Pirellis, absolutely love the Pirellis, but it is a personal choice when you go for tires. And as I say to people, if you're going to spend money, spend the most on your tires, spend the most on your brakes. They are the two things that you're going to keep that keep you on the road. Is Superbike Factory opening Granby tomorrow a bad thing for local bike showrooms, or will it generate? As me and Phil both said, it's going to generate a wider interest. Superbike Factory are going to be selling bikes of sort of $7-8 upwards, up to your big super sports. But obviously, there is a lot of people saying, I bought I bought one from Superbike Factory. You know, it's never had a service. They literally bike in, clean it, farm it out. They don't do anything with it. It's one of those, you know, a bike from us is going to have a full service. It's going to have a PDI. It's going to have a radio on it, a test ride. Hence the guy with the R1, and obviously went and looked at the old video that I did, came in, sat on it, tried it. And I said to him, I'll do another video. I'll bash, you know, I'll bash it back in. The oil's been in it a year. I'll change your oil out for you, and I'll put a fresh MOT on it. Is a Superbike Factory going to do that? No, they haven't got time to MOT bikes. They're literally going to turn the bike round, whack it straight out the door. Where's the R1 review video? Yeah, the bike gets delivered tomorrow. It will. And talking of JG, he's here as well. So this is probably the gentleman that's bought the bike. It's going to be up after I do the live stream. I'm going to smack the video up. That bike is a handful and a half. Watch the first bit of the video because I come onto the dual carriageway. It spins the back wheel up in second gear. Yeah, a little bit too over eager with that right hand, but it was a nice ride and a little bit of a hairy ride because the roads had just started to get damp. So enjoy the bike. As I say in the video, enjoy the bike. It's going to be such a great bike for you. You're going to absolutely love it, but it is a handful. Get used to the bike before you start opening it up because it's, as everybody's in the stream has said, they're all going, oh, Jesus, R1, 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 R1. It is a beautiful bike, but it is one of those, if you're a little bit over eager with that right hand, it's going to have you off. Darren, I've had two bikes, 100% just clean. I fully service both mine. All the bikes I sell service, make sure there's nothing, you know, exactly. And that is one thing that Superbike Factory are not going to do. I can vouch for Darren. Darren is the same as me. He's OCD to the point of being anal about every bike that goes out, and not just his bikes, customers' bikes as well. For instance, what mechanic is going to go round the bike and go, oh, you had a little bit of rust on your ferrules, on your brake discs, or, you know, on your calipers, or you had a little bit of rust on your main stand. I've cleaned it up. I've put a bit of paint on it for you. I've lubricated all your joints for you. You know, I've gone around, I've put a bit of ACF 50 on your bike. A proper mechanic is going to do that for you because it's going to be care and attention. Both myself and Darren love what we do, and we both have a passion for doing bikes. Sports Bike Factory, in, out, give us your money. That's what they're interested in. So is it going to affect us? Absolutely, absolutely not. Darren's got eyes like a dead cod. I have a lot of time for Darren. He's a very, very clever guy, and he knows his bikes. He's been doing it since a kid like me, so he knows his bikes inside and out. But a very, very good mechanic at the end of the day. And that is what you want. You want a dealership that is going to give your bike a bit of love. Andy won't let me lube his chain. No, Andy likes a shaft, Darren. That's the thing. But, you know, 99% of people that start up and go, oh, well, I want to be a mechanic, I want to do this, and they're literally oil change, out the door, job done. But you need a good bike shop that is going to give you the attention. For instance, you can go to, I vouch that you can rock up at Darren's anytime. He'll put the kettle on, give you a cuppa, and then he'll, you know, without you even looking, it'll be round your bike. Oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Oh, I've got 10 minutes. Do you want to hook it in? Yes, he'll charge you, but he's got the attention and the eye for the detail. That's exactly what you want from a mechanic. You've got two wheels connecting you to the floor. You're not in a car. You haven't got a cage around you. Something goes wrong on your bike, you are off down the road and you are going to get scraped. And there's nothing better than a guy that knows how to maintain a bike, which is what we do at our place. So, yeah, all credit to Darren and obviously us for what we do. But main dealers, big dealers, the bigger the better. They're just basically using it as a distribution warehouse and moving stuff to one point to another. So it was just handy having a showroom in Milton Keynes. He makes a good cut. I've yet to go over to Darren's. When now Simon's is off the ramp, I can rock my bike over there and he can do my fork seals for me now. Because I've been waiting longer than anybody to get mine done. And I just haven't got the ramp time in our garage to obviously crack on and get my forks out at the moment because we are just chocker in there. We're going to go for about another 10 minutes or so. Yeah, main stealers, not dealers. Exactly, Darren. Yeah, exactly that. Oh, God, yeah, just drink Darren's Leffy Ruby. Oh, dear. So yeah, Simon, and obviously Simon's going to be on talking about Darren probably on his next live stream that he does. The GTR's been over at Darren's place for quite a while. Now, obviously, Simon had pitted forks. To get them re-chromed would have been sort of back end of July. Simon's managed to get hold of a second-hand pair of forks or a set of new ones. Darren's fitted them all up, so Simon is back on the road. But obviously, it was just a delay in waiting for the parts to arrive so Darren could crack on with the job. And no one knows a GTR like Darren does because he's had one as well. He's obviously he's gone to BM now with his big Sherman tank that he's got with all the extras on it. But Darren is Kawasaki, you know, through and through. He's like me. He's Team Green all the way through. But yeah, Darren keeps taking money. Exactly. That's exactly the same word that I use. KTM keeps taking money. You need to start doing breakfast. I'll tell you what, if Darren was to open his garage on a Sunday morning and do a breakfast over there and a cup of tea, I think the place would be packed. He'd make a fortune over at his little garage. AB USA's in evening, buddy. Good to see you, AB. It's been a while. And obviously the boys from America are here. So you've got Code and you've got AB here as well. Good to see you all, lads. Great Damn Species. Oh, damn autocorrect. Brand new stanchions and head race bearings. There you go. So Darren doesn't do half a job, he does the full job. But you know, most people say, oh, we don't plug another bike garage. I'm quite happy to come and you know, advertise HBB motorcycles the other side of Dunstable, and obviously their mechanic Darren Spears over that side. He's in the side chat. Because obviously he does a lot of the big stuff. We tend to do the smaller stuff. Yeah, I can chuck a link up to get to Darren's. Let me just HBB. You can check him out. He is on Facebook as well. So let me just put his link up here. You can obviously go in, jump in. He's got a link to his email, his phone number's in there. You can check him out on Facebook as well. All you got to do is jump on Facebook and put HBB Motorcycles and check him out there. But this is obviously the link to Darren's. So there we go, hbbmotorcycles.co.uk. They do fork sales. We can assess it, let you know what you need doing so you can breathe easy. Servicing prices, need an oil and filter? Of course you can. Need help selling or buying a bike? We can help you sell it or even buy it from you. Need estimates for insurance, used parts, need advice, need an MOT, or do you just want a coffee and a chat? Yeah, pop into Darren's. He's just down at his little unit there. And it's very, very easy to find. So, yeah, and he's got a great looking, his MOT bay is a lot cleaner than my one as well. So, you can go and check out Darren's page there. There we go, Dennis. So don't ring him. He screams like the FBI. Yeah. And obviously, the other one to mention is my mucker in there. He's down there, Peaky. He has a charity challenge going on this year for Scottish Little Soldiers. He is riding the entire coast road of the UK, and he's going to be doing it in 10 days, he reckons. I'm going to be catching up with him when he's coming down the east coast around about Norfolk, Suffolk. I'm going to try and catch up with him for a sort of a day or two. Depends how much time I can get out from the garage or if I can do it at the weekend. But I'm going to go and grab a couple of miles with Peaky. So let me find Peaky's link. Hang on. Let me just go into my Facebook page. We shall grab up Peaky Biker. There we go. Just got to find him. The Peaky Biker. Where are we? That channel there. And somewhere in there, I will find Scotty's Little Soldiers. He's got a lot of photos of the dog in there. Yeah. I will find the challenge because I did post it up on mine half a dozen times about 5 weeks ago. So it's just wrong. If you can get to the link quicker than I can, Peaky. He's on the piss. Can you do it? Of course I can, mate. Right, so let's roll back about 9 weeks. There we go. This is the one. And let me just share. Let me copy the link. Right, let me copy that link up. And there, and paste that back to the StreamYard. So there we go. It's big old page. That is the Just Giving page. But you pop on to Just Giving. And then you've got Peaky's page. It is doing very, very well at the moment. So he was looking to raise 1,000. He's at 1130 so far, so he's well over. But obviously, Scotty's Little Soldiers. If you happen to be an ex-military guy, you'll know who these are. So they support the children of the parents who have died while serving in the armed forces. Very, very good charity. So basically, they look after the kids. You know, a lot of guys and girls join the forces and obviously give everything. Some do lose their life, which is unfortunate, but it does support the families and especially the kids. So Scotty's Little Soldiers, great little thing. If you have got the odd tenner in your pocket, go and chuck a tenner in Peaky, or even more. You know, go and bang some money into Peaky's account. If Peaky's going around clockwise, be careful of those left-hand turns, especially on top of the cliffs. Exactly, but you know, it's never been done before. Everybody's done the NC 500. Some people have gone round the UK, but no one has done the coastal roads, and it is all coastal roads. So it's a great thing, you know. And for someone that's Peaky's obviously he's served in, I think it was about 7 wars so far. He's been there, he's done it, he's had the T-shirt. As an ex-forces guy myself, I know the stress that you go under when you serve and you are at war. And some of the stuff that you see goes in, never comes out. And a lot of us suffer with PTSD. And it's not just the army, it's the Air Force, the Navy, it's the ambulance service. Simon will tell you he's exactly the same. But it is all for a very, very good charity. So the more money, the better, as I say. Especially like Stevie and his military biker out in Canada as well. His stuff, he does a lot of that as well. So it is all very, very good. But yeah, go and donate some money. And I can't say enough for Peaky. He's a top guy. Gets pissed quite a lot. And he's like me. He says what he sees. And we do try to obviously moderate when we do have a drink, because it does get us into trouble on the live streams. And me and Peaky both know that. But, you know, moderation, as they say. Roy seems like not. Yeah, there is a lot of ex-military guys getting into biking because there's normally 2 reasons. Because we want to be alone. And we just want ourselves to ourselves. We don't mix very, very well in crowds when we're having down days. And obviously, Peaky was going to come down to the bike show, and he got as far as the train station. Too many people, and turned around and went home. But that is how it does. You know, we both have, me and Peaky tend to be the worst of the 2, and we both have really bad down days. But if I have a down day, I will phone Peaky. If Peaky has a down day, he will phone me, or he'll speak to Zed, or he'll speak to one of his mates. But that is the idea of, obviously, you get stressed, you speak to someone about it. You don't just sit there with your depression thinking, oh, God, you know, it's me against the rest of the world. It's not. There are people out there. Pick the phone up. And bikers tend to be very, very helpful to each other. So you got a problem, you pick your phone up and go, oh, God, I'm in the shit, mate. Can you help me out? Of course you can. Yeah. So, and Andy just said, shame is ginger, really. Yes. There's nothing wrong with ginger people. I ain't going to say any more. You know, it could be worse. He could be blonde. But, you know, that's the way it is. People help each other out. And obviously, Howie's been there, done it, had the T-shirt as well. So has Simon. So there is a lot of ex-forces boys there, but we all tend to help each other out, and we all tend to be riders as well. So it's a bit of wind therapy. Dennis G's just said that's how the Hells Angels started. Exactly that. You know, it was ex-military boys that just wanted to get out on the bikes, and that is how it all started. Bear with me a second. That's better. Wet the whistle. But yeah, there is a lot of obviously MCCs. Milton Keynes has a couple of MCCs that are now going out. They've got the barrel bikers. They've got the ones that meet at the local Inn on the Lake now, and I forget who they are, but they tend to rock up at Super Sausage, and everyone sort of, oh my God, there's an MCC over there. But That's the neighbour again. Are you coming out for a cigarette? Where's my wine? Yes, we're going to wrap up soon anyway, so it's going to be an early night for me. I am back at the garage at 6 in the morning tomorrow. Get the R1 prepped, ready to go out on delivery. But quick one before we go. Obviously, it is the Super Sausage Run this Sunday. But we're going to be meeting at Tesco's down in Bletchley. If anybody wants to meet, we're going to be down at Tesco's for 9 o'clock. Right up to there. But I'm going to say a quick bye-bye. Thanks to everybody for coming in. Obviously, oh, God, she keeps messaging. Darren, I'm a bit down. Anyone got Andy's GSA pub keys? Yes, he's bricked up the door. Right, so I'm going to start winding up here because the neighbour's going mad. She wants a wine and she wants a cigarette as well. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thanks to Howie, AB, Code Grey. Go and check out, roll down the side chat and go and check out everybody that is in the side chat. But yeah, from myself, whatever you're doing this weekend, we'll see you down at the Super Sausage Sunday if you can make it. Thanks to everybody. Quick Height of the Bridge and Tunnel Scooter Club. Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, make an effort. Yeah, exactly. But keep an eye on the stream. The R1 video is going to be up tonight. Very, very nice one. Thanks to German Jobbies. Obviously, go and check him out as well. Code Grey's new one, riding with his partner. Obviously, AB, Anonymous Bike. Go and check out Andy. Go and roll down the side chat. If you want to see who the bike riders are, go in the description down below. Any of my videos is a link to every single biker that I follow, and there's some great ones in there as well. But from Rev on a Friday night with an early night for a change rather than rolling on to 11 o'clock. Be well, everybody. Ride safe. And as always, it's a big goodbye for me. And don't forget, check out Exeter Rider. He may be on this Sunday night because he normally does a Sunday night stream. So keep an eye on Exeter Rider. Till then, take care, guys, and keep it rubber side down and shiny side up.